Hey everybody, I'm Drew. Today we're going to be doing what an 18-year-old reads in the year 2025. And I know that the year isn't over yet, but I do want to share the reads that I've had so far. Keep in mind, it's not a lot. I'm not usually a big reader. I have these moments where I really am into reading and I binge read a bunch of books, and then I just totally stop for another few months. I do still think that I have a pretty good taste in my books. I'm the type of reader that I really want to delve into the psychological vibes of everything. And also, sometimes the book is just a pleasure to read. So, let me start off with number one. Number one is The Obsession by Jessie Q. Sutanto. Now, I read this at the beginning of the year because I received this book as a gift. Wonderful gift. Loved this book. And I ended up finishing it pretty quickly. It was a really high stakes book, in my opinion. It comes off of let me give a brief synopsis. There is this boy who lost his not even lover, crush, because she killed herself, and then he finds this new girl that comes to their school who looks identical to her, and so he basically journals about his thoughts all the time when he comes across her, and it's really creepy and really goofy. It's a pretty interesting book. I really like it. I thought that the ending was really good, but also there was this subplot in it, and I don't want to send out any spoilers in case you guys want to read it. Basically, there was this one subplot in the book that was supposed to be some kind of lingering in the back of your mind type of thing, what is the mystery behind this? But to me it kind of read as when in To Kill a Mockingbird, it prefaces at the very beginning that Jem broke his arm, and we're supposed to question why he broke his arm throughout the entire book. We're like, oh wait, what if this was the reason he broke his arm? Wait, why did he break his arm? That's kind of what this was supposed to be giving too. But also, in To Kill a Mockingbird, that didn't read for me until the very end, and I was like, oh wait, I totally forgot that this was a thing. So if you like a murder mystery but also psychologically tormenting kind of theme, that book is for you, and I recommend. Now, boom, A Clockwork Orange. A Clockwork Orange for a lot of people is not for them, and I will say that because I actually really like this book. It's actually literally my favorite book of all time currently, on top of The Five People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom. So A Clockwork Orange, let's talk about it. So basically, A Clockwork Orange is very punk rock. Very punk rock in themes, and also it was mentioned to be a really big catalyst for the early punk rock movement in the 60s. This book came out in 1968. The themes of this book and a brief synopsis of it is basically revolves around youth violence and their main character, Alex DeLarge. And he basically just goes about his life tormenting people around him, and then he eventually faces the consequence of his own actions and receives this brain procedural thing to make him inherently good, morally good. And it has a lot of questions that revolve around what is true morality and what essentially makes a person good. I do want to give a content warning for this one. There is a lot of sexual assault, and there's also a lot of violence that occurs in this book and also in the movie. The movie honestly is a really accurate depiction or portrayal of this book. I haven't seen a lot of good film adaptations of books, but this one stayed pretty true, and I really liked that. Yeah, I do recommend if you want a really philosophical, psychological type of book to read, and then to have lingering questions about it afterward, because I feel this book just essentially is supposed to, enlighten and light questions that the world doesn't necessarily want to tap into, and I think that's quite a fascinating little thing. But yeah, I 1000% recommend. Now, I don't know where my copy of Animal Farm by George Orwell went. I got it as a birthday present and now I don't know where it went. I don't know, girl. I looked around my room and I was like, girl, I don't know where she is. But trust, I do have a paperback copy of Animal Farm by George Orwell. But let's talk about it. Because I read it after A Clockwork Orange, and because A Clockwork Orange was so like taking over my life, like literally like my new obsession, I didn't give Animal Farm that much love as I did A Clockwork Orange, and not as much thought. But another classic, of course, Animal Farm. It's about this allegorical tale of animals that live on this farm, and pigs basically become this like tyrannical, this like tyrant and sort of dictator over the rest of the animals. Very cool, very fun. It's very short too, so I mean, like if you want like a little bit of a thought-provoking but like short kind of tale, Animal Farm is for you. And like I said, like it makes you think. I love those types of books. And because it's such a classic, like almost I like can guarantee like your mom, your grandma, or your dad has read it if you have not yourself. Yeah, I really do recommend. It's a really great book. Like I said, because I read it right after A Clockwork Orange, and A Clockwork Orange soon became my total obsession, I didn't give it as much love as I did. But if I think about it now, I think it's very current. I think it's very metaphorical, allegorical. It's a really well written story. And if politics and current government issues are a hard thing for you to swallow, or like just blatantly like you don't want to read a history book, read Animal Farm. Next we have Fantastic Mr. Fox. Super cute, super short story. I would honestly recommend any child to read this because it's literally like this tiny. It has pictures. Roald Dahl, thank you so much. But yeah, I really loved this book. I've watched the movie like countless times, and I really resonated with the characters in the movie. As much as I would love to say like the movie stayed very true to this story, I wouldn't say that entirely. I think that the movie, of course, it being 2 hours long, is a really depth-filled story with its characters. Specifically, I feel like the problems that the characters went through in the movie were all very realistic, and I really liked that. I don't necessarily think that this book holds as much depth as the movie, but understandable. This book is short, and it was probably written as a children's story, as you could probably tell. Its themes are very simple in nature, and also it's just cute. Like, it's such a cute book to read if you're feeling a little stuck in the reading slump and you want something kind of quick and short to read. Fantastic Mr. Fox. Fantastic Mr. Fox is here for you. Also, Ash Fox is not in this book, if you wanted to know, because I was a little disappointed. I was like, damn, their son Ash Fox, their only son Ash Fox, is not in this book. They have like a bunch of children. Lol. Now, here's my last book. The last book I've read in its entirety is The Night Circus. And I did annotate her because I was so enthused. I was so enthralled. But basically what I annotated was just the romantic scenarios between the two main characters, because I was really like, I was really into it. I will say, this being as big of a book as it is, I think it's about 500 pages. And I really liked it. Okay, I will need to say though that the plot is non-linear, so if you're not really into that and you find it hard to follow in the books that you read, maybe don't read it. But if you do read it and you're not a big non-linear plot follower, that's okay, because truly I feel like this book has more vibes than plot, and I feel like that makes up for it, because I'm also not very good with non-linear plot lines, because I do find it hard to follow. Like, I am just like, I'm a little slow, I'm a little stupid. I was so enamored by this book because she's so descriptive with how she writes. The author, Erin Morgenstern, she writes it very well, and I feel like it just really immerses you into what you're reading, even though you may not completely understand what's going on, because I feel like the elusive nature of this plot is what makes it so mystical and magical and mysterious, as well as, like, you know, she has romance. Romance for me is a huge thing. I love it. I love a good circus aesthetic, and I feel like this portrayed it absolutely perfectly to the T. If you guys have read The Night Circus and you know anything like it, drop it in the comments below. Please, please. Now, to conclude this video, I would like to show the book that I am currently reading. It's called Hot Dog Girl. Hot Dog Girl. I'm like about a quarter through and I really like it. It's just really simple and I think it's really cute. I wouldn't say it's the most like beautiful and magnificent like literary piece I've ever read, but if you're feeling the vibe of like, oh, like I'm a miserable teenager and I'm really going through it, and I'm just trying to make it through life, this book is for you. It's also really simple. It's a chill book. There's not a lot of thinking needed to be involved, so it could be right up your alley. Okay, so my audio did cut out. Okay, so that literally did not record my outro with the right mic. It recorded with my computer mic, so it sounds like I'm freaking drinking or speaking underwater. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any recommendations for me, please do drop them in the comments below, please. I will so look into them. But thank you guys so much. Say bye, Junie.